day. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy THAMI from THAMI FX. So today, guys, I wanna go through the fundamentals, and by fundamentals meaning like the basic stuff. So okay, I have my pen, everything is all right. So let's start with an uptrend, guys. So we have an uptrend. So as you can see, I have my channel and the market goes through this channel, right? So it's an uptrend. The reason why we say this is an uptrend, it's because it's going in an upward direction, right? So in an uptrend, we are only looking for buys. Now I want to simplify this thing, right, so that people get it right. So all these years I suffered, let me say I struggled with understanding how this thing works. As I said, we have a trend, so it's an uptrend. Market is moving within this channel, right? We are saying it's a channel because we have this upper trend line and this downward trend line, but it's still an ascending trend line, right? So now, guys, as I said, we are only looking for buys in this kind of a market, right? We are only looking for buys. Why am I saying we are looking for buys only? It's because we are in an upward trend line, as I said, right? You don't look for sells in an upward trend line, in an upward market. Why? Because you can lose in such a market, right? So let me explain everything more in depth. So as you know, we say a trend is a trend because it has more than two touches, right? So how was I going to confirm that this is a trend line, right, or it's a trend? We have this first touch here, we have our second touch here, right? Or we have our first touch here and we have our second touch here. Market respected this level twice, so then we know that okay, this is a trend line. So another way of looking at this is to say we have a high right here, right, and then we have another high. Market came back to make another new high right here, right? So we have let me say the market respected this zone or this trend line twice, right? So in such a case, we have to, most of the time I tell all my students to go to the daily time frame. We start analyzing from the daily time frame, right? So from the daily time frame, we look at a structure like this one, right? We look for such structures. I trade simple structures, guys. I don't have a secret, or I just follow what the market gives me, right? So as you can see, we have an uptrend on our daily time frame. Then what do? We scale down to the lower time frame. So let me take my eraser right here and remove this part, right? So now say the market was in this level, right? This level. Which level am I talking about? This level, right? So how was I going to take my trade in this level? We go to H4. Let me erase this first. Okay, so we go to H4. So what do we do on H4? We want to scale in, right? We go to H4, right? So what do we do on H4? We want to scale in. We look at this particular structure. So we zoom in. As we zoom in, how will the market look? So we will have this. We are scaling in. So we have this. And then we have this. The market is about to go to the upside, right? But for now, it's still at the bottom. So we will look at what the market is doing on this area, because right now we are looking for entries, right, guys? So you will put your trend line. Sorry about that. Let me make a clean trend line. Yes, you will put your trend line like this, and you will see that the market has broken this trend line on H4, right? And now we are waiting for what? A retest. And then we are looking for the market to go up. So you follow what the market gives you. You don't just do what you think you know, right? You follow the market. That's what most people can't figure out, right? And they are busy losing. They know how to analyze and stuff, but they don't like follow what the market gives them. They do what they think is right? So now, as I said, market has broken our trend line on this H4 structure. So we scale down further. Let's say we go maybe to the hourly, right? So what are we looking for on the hourly? We are looking for the market. Maybe let's say we had a zone somewhere here. We are looking for the market to break this zone, right? Then retest. Then we enter even more trades. Then we ride the trend right up. Because as you know, guys, as I draw these lines, these zigzag lines here, it doesn't mean the market will move like in this nature. It doesn't mean that the market will move in this nature. Market moves in a series of impulse and a retracement moves. So the market retraces and it moves in an impulsive move, right? I hope you know that. Let me clear my screen. Like, it moves in such a manner. Let me show you. There is an impulse, there is a correction or a retracement, but I prefer using the correction word. Impulse, correction, impulse, until there's a break of market structure. What do we mean by break of market structure? If there was an impulsive move and a correction, then an impulsive move, a correction, impulsive move, a correction, right? And an impulsive move, right? And someone puts their trend line in here until the market moves to the trend line, corrects to the trend line and break the trend line, then retest as a correction, then continue with an impulsive move, correction, impulsive move. So you see, we now have a break of market structure or a change of trend. So we were in an upward trend, right? An uptrend, right? As you can see, let me show you in a more clear way. So as you can see, guys, we were in an uptrend, right? Market broke structure, so now we are in a downtrend. This is where you should be able to spot such market changes, because they are very important and vital to your trading experience. So why am I saying or showing you this stuff? It's because, guys, many people enter trades. Like, let me show you. In this case, where would I enter my buy trade? So I'll be looking for a first touch, second touch, I connect my trend line. We enter trades on the third touch, right? only from the third touch going upwards. So we don't enter trades on second touch because we are not yet sure that this is a valid trend line, right? A valid upper let me say uptrend, right? So the market might, let's say maybe we wanted to enter on the second touch. Maybe the market was making a sort of like a tilted double top, right? Maybe the market was going to do this and shoot down. This would be our neckline, right? Enter on this level and ride the market down. But instead the market went up. So what was our confirmation? It was the second touch on our trend line. It went up, came back to create a third touch. What are we looking for before we enter on our third touch? So this is daily time frame, right? So this is D1, daily time frame. What we look for on our third touch is confirmation. We have to confirm before we enter a trade, guys, as you know. So we look for candlestick confirmation, right? Candlestick confirmation such as a doji, a spinning top, engulfing candlestick, right? All the stuff, right? So we would enter our buys based on candlestick confirmation and confirmation trend lines. So we would have entered this buy and our TP would have been here based on previous market data, right? Based on previous market data. If there was a high here, we would target our position to be on this high. So now, how do you know that the market is not going to continue with the trend? For example, in this case, if you are a swing trader and you entered your buy on this level, went up with this trade, right? How do you know that this is the end of this trade? Okay, we know that the market will reverse when it reaches the previous zone where there was a high, right? I don't know if I explained that in a very understandable manner, or it was confusing, but then it is what it is. But what I'm saying is that if there's a high, previous high, which is here, and the market reaches that zone where there was this high, it is most likely to reverse, right? So now, how do you know that the market will change the trend, right? How do you know that? You have to check break of market structure. We have what we call break of structure, break of market structure, BOS. So now, once the market breaks this trend line, and by breaking, I'm not talking about a wick that comes here and rejects back to the trend line. No, I'm talking about a candlestick that, or a series of candlesticks that close below this trend line, right? Close below this trend line. People don't know like that. The most important thing, especially when we are trading using price action rather than trading using a robot or a system. Even when you are trading a system, this is still very important. Candlestick closing, guys. Candlestick closure, like how the candlestick closes, it's very important, guys, because that's how you confirm your entries. You have to wait for the candlestick to close. In this case, if I was waiting on the daily time frame, waiting to take this trade on our third touch, right? As I said, on our third touch, waiting for my buys, right? To take this buy trade, I have to wait for the daily candlestick. It depends on what time frame and what type of a trader I am. So like if I'm a swing trader, obviously I'm trading using higher time frames. So if I was about to take this buy here, I had to wait for the daily time frame. So I had to wait for the daily candlestick to close, right? If I have to wait maybe 24 hours for the candlestick to close, then I have to wait for candlestick. The thing is with forex, patience pays, guys. It's all about patience. If you don't have patience, then you will lose in the market. I have to tell you that. That's the truth, guys. Nothing is quick in this market. You have to wait. You have to have patience. The reason we watch charts all day waiting for the setup to occur, it's not because we are crazy. It's because we know that patience pays, guys. So you have to learn to wait. That's what you have to do. Even if you were trading on using, maybe you analyze on your H1, which is your 1 hour time frame, right? Even if you were analyzing on your 1 hour time frame, you have to wait for the 1 hour candlestick to close, right, guys? So guys, for now, that's all. I will be making more videos as we continue with this series.